Alright guys, welcome back. Sorry about last week. Didn't have much to put on camera for last week, and also it was a very busy week for me. So, as you can see here, I got some more Funko Pops. The other two that I have are Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. These ones I saw at the Disney store. They're exclusive, I believe, because of the little thing. Yeah, it's on a sticker, so I'm gonna say that's exclusive. I don't know if you can make out what the price tags are, but they are $2.99. I could not pass these up for $3. Especially to go with a collection, whether I really, like the characters or not. I'd like to get all of the Incredibles, but what you see here is Emperor Zurg from Toy Story or Buzz Lightyear, Elastigirl from The Incredibles, and Edna Mode from The Incredibles. She's the designer that designs their suits. So, I really liked her mostly. These two I don't really care for as much, but it's nice to have them for $3. Can't really pass that up. So, I would say go check your Disney stores. I checked 2 of them. The smaller one had these, the bigger one did not. I don't know if it's because the bigger one doesn't carry clearance or what, but yeah, I found these in the back of the smaller store. So I would say go check those out. They're really neat. Paint apps on Zurg are a little meh, and the box is meh too. It would be nice if he had painted lines in between his teeth, but they're really faded. Like if they only did a wash on them, and then he's got a scratch on his one eye. So there's a possibility I might open him up and paint him just for my own satisfaction, but get him out of the way. Elastigirl is very nice. Only a little bit of black from around the mask that's bleeding onto her skin, but other than that, it's not too bad. It's got the Incredible symbol, very nice. This is all the same series, so there's some of the characters in the series. I'd like to get Ursula, the aliens, maybe a couple of them if they have different ones, and of course I would like to get Donald. I don't really care for the other ones. Maybe Ariel and Peter Pan. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm gonna put her aside now, and then we'll look at my favorite one, Edna. Painted very well. She's got some type of metallic wash on her, or dry brushing on her dress. The only thing that's wrong is the weird faded eyes. Her eyes are mostly solid. It's just around them it's quite faded. If you look in the picture down here, you can see that Edna. Oh, wow! Edna has a one of those extended things for cigarettes, and then there's a cigarette on the end of it, a black one with a yellow stripe. But in her box, in her hand, she only has the stick part, or the pipe. No cigarette on the end of it. I guess they just didn't want to market something like that to little kids. I don't really know. Because this is not like an adult collector box or anything, so, and it's sold in the Disney store, so kids are going to see this stuff. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I'd like for it to have that, just even though I don't like smoking at all. It'd just be nice to have her with everything that she comes with. So that's my Funko Pops. Do you guys remember the green weapons that I got from Bob the Odd a couple weeks ago or so? Well, not exactly green anymore. This was more like an experiment. I want to just work with a few different paint techniques and just see kind of what I can do, what I'm capable of, and I figured these weapons are perfect for that. I wanted to try something a little different than what I would normally do, you know, that kind of thing. So what we have here, let's go over, I guess the one that's mostly in focus is this one. This little machine gun guy. The banana clip hanging out the side. What I did with mostly all of these weapons is I based them with Citadel Black, which I only had a few drops left of it. I mean, like, just enough to do maybe a coat and then some spots on these weapons here. So I really didn't have much, and that's why I still have not painted this Gatling gun yet. So that Gatling gun's going to get painted with some fresh Citadel when I get it. So what I did was I base coated this in the Citadel Black, and then use the what I use, Citadel Silver or some type of metallic color. I forget. It's the one I have by Citadel though. I dry brushed it on there. As you can see on the banana clip, there's some green. Well, after cleaning these things and brushing them down with a toothbrush, an old toothbrush of course, and some soap, the paint still did not stick. I was not going to take the time to sand these. I'm not that patient with something that I really don't really care much about, so there's green spots throughout it. Some of it gives it character, and then other parts you can tell that I just did not paint. So there's this one. I'm probably going to go back and paint these again. This was just, like I said, a trial and error kind of thing. So I'm going to move that one out of the way. We'll look at all the guns first. So here is the Uzi kind of thing. I'm not sure what kind of gun this is, with the clips that are taped together, and I'm probably going to paint the bands that go around it just so that it looks more realistic or whatever. So this is a little bit of a lighter coat on that side of silver, and then there's more silver on this side. So I'm probably going to wind up taking most of the silver off and painting it more black when I get the black, like I said. So there's that, and here is the machine gun kind of thing. And there's as you can see on the butt of the gun, there's some green. That's where it doesn't look too bad, but up here it looks pretty bad. And I think that's about it for this guy. So you can see there's still some silver. I don't know if the light is too bright. That's not really doing anything. Okay, and then lastly we have the sniper rifle, which I painted with a little bit more silver just to try and give it a little bit of a difference between these and this. So you can see there's a scratch mark right there where the paint came off, and then there's no paint here, no paint, no paint, no paint. It's a little annoying. None on the butt of the gun. So I was pretty much salvaging this paint, and there's the stand. I really didn't want to use, you know, too much of it on one little gun, so especially if I was going to repaint them. So next up is probably my favorite piece, is the gas can. I really like this one. We'll zoom in for this guy. It's coming up a little bit more of an orangey red than red, but I base coated it with the black, like I said, then painted it 2 coats with Citadel red. I don't remember what it is, blood red or whatever, and then did a really sloppy wash of black over top of it to kind of give it that old can look, like, you know, it might have been sitting in water, so there's a black like fuzzy line down there, and it brings out some of the details in it. So it's kind of neat. And I noticed that when I was painting it on the top, there was either meant to be like a string or maybe fire coming out of it, like if it was, you know, put down in the fire. I didn't want that, so I just didn't paint it. I just painted the cap black. And it actually splits open. So you can see what it originally looked like if you didn't see the color green that it was before I painted these. So another one of my favorites are these Molotov cocktails. It looks like they're in wine bottles, and then I don't know what kind of bottle this would be. So this is an example of what I did with the beginning of it. So here's everything based in black, and you can see that there's green spots all around it where the paint just did not stick. And for this one, I took the black bottle, or the black paint, and painted the whole thing, and then I coated this in Tamiya green, clear green, so that it would give it like a glass look to it. So it kind of looks like a glass bottle. But I noticed that the green wasn't showing up well because of the black base. So I fixed that over here in the next one. And then I used yellow as a base for the flame, and then I did orange Tamiya clear on that. And same thing for the flame on this one. This was more like a trial flame. I need to repaint that, and I didn't paint the bottle yet. You can see it's still black with the paint coming off. And this one, what I did was, if you can tell, it's a little bit more green. All I did was I took the black paint off and then coated it in the green. The Tamiya clear green. So came out kind of neat, I think. The flames look neat, but this was more of a trial and error thing. I don't need these weapons necessarily right now, so I kind of just did a little test trial on these things. So here's one of the model kits that I got from the thrift store, and I forget the name of this one. I don't have the box for it anymore. I don't know where I put it. But anyway, this was one of the coolest ones. Putting this together was fairly easy. All the pieces were there, which is nice. So here we have him completed, except for he's just missing the stickers, his little accent stickers. So I'll get to that a little bit later, but here's his little like rail gun kind of thing. It actually attaches to his shoulder pad here, which is really cool, and it goes in his hand, so it keeps it steady. And if if it's too heavy for him, the shoulder pad helps keep it up. I'm not gonna take it out, but anyway, like I said before, the main reason I got this was because he is clear, and I love clear figures, so this turned out really well. All the legs, or both of the legs, are clear. There's like a dusty clear on the feet. On the jetpack, it's a mixture of both, this is really cool too. It goes like this, and then it actually opens up. And then there's these little exhausts that you can bring out, and it goes on both sides. So that's really, really cool. Neat little effect. And building this was really fun. I do recommend anybody who is just like an artsy type of person, or maybe even just an action figure collector, at least get one Gundam. They're so much fun to build, and they're, it's step-by-step directions, so it's very easy. And it's, like I said, it's very fun, and they're articulated, so you can, his knee can move more than this. I just would have to finagle it. It's got really good articulation everywhere. And if you can't tell, the shoulder pads, the gun, the head, and the torso are all chrome. So they look really nice. And at first I was kind of upset because I wanted it to be completely clear. But the cool thing about Gundams is you always get extra parts. Oop, I don't know where that one piece went. So here is the alternate chest, or torso, I should say, torso area. Let's see, something like, yeah, like that. The only problem is that I would have to take out the ball joint for the neck from this one and place it in here. They didn't give me an extra one, or it's just not in there. Maybe it fell out. I don't know. But this would have been cool to make him completely clear. Some extra weapons, clear shield, this crazy silver shield where you can take the dart thing out of here and replace it with this like chain kind of thing. So really cool. This clear smoky gun, which is really neat. Like most Gundams do come with these laser swords. Here's a completely clear one. And then we have this really cool Trojan kind of helmet. The helmet and the, or no, just the helmet. Just the helmet is the same as that, but the face and that crown kind of thing is different. So that's really cool. So you can swap out that head. And then there's another head. This one, the helmet is slightly different. I'm trying to find a good way to hold this. It's slightly different, and it has a different face, and then it has this more of a, I don't know what you would call it. I guess this is more Trojan than the other one. The other one's like more like a mohawk or something. So really cool. Really happy with this. Can't wait to build the other one, and I might, you know, pick up Gundams here and there just for fun, you know, when I find them for good prices. Oh, and here's the stickers if you cared. And here we have another example of my trial and error stages. Here is a real pieces of trees that I pretty much glued together to try to make a 1/12 scaled tree. My idea sounded good in my head, but I guess in the end it didn't work out the way I really wanted it to. It's not quite finished yet, but here you see a branch there, and there's a branch over behind my arm that have fallen off. And the reason that I think is that because I used hot glue to glue this together. I don't think a hot glue works well with wood, simply because it's wood has, especially natural trees, they have like a dusty coat to them, and I think the reason why it didn't stick is because of the dustiness of the tree. Could be wrong, but that's my main guess. So what I did basically was take a bigger branch here, then I took some smaller ones and then glued even smaller ones to that, all different kinds of trees, just to get a little bit of a different look. So there's like tinier pieces in here, makes it look a little bit better. I mean, I think it looks good, and it would look even better if I had all of my pieces glued on here. But it's just not exactly what I was hoping it to turn out like. I did everything outside. I glued this all together outdoors, and then what I did when I was done is I put a clamp on the bottom and clamped it so that it can stand up. And then I took Mod Podge, matte finish Mod Podge, and I did 3 coats of this. I did 2 watery coats so that it can seep into all the crevices and stuff, and then I did 1 thicker coat. What I mean by that is I took maybe like 25% parts Mod Podge, and then 75% water, and mixed it together in a spray bottle and sprayed it on to this. And it sealed up quite nice in the end. I wish it was a little better sealed. And the reason you want to do that is just in case there's any anything on here like growing, like a fungus will grow in dead wood. There might be bugs or termites or something, so you want to inspect it. If you're going to do a project like this, you really want to inspect the wood, especially if you get it out of like, you know, your yard or something. So I would strongly suggest that. I had, you know, a couple of these pieces had little bugs. What you can do is, if you want to take an extra step in doing something like this, you would wash them or soak them for a couple hours and then take them out and let them dry in a place where I would say the sun hits them and maybe away from any bugs or anything. So that's another one of my trial and error things. I may finish this up. I had intentions of painting it just because obviously the glue stands out a lot, and also the realistic wood does not look good, to me at least, against like an action figure. For instance, like we got this dude, and to me it just looks like he's outside and you're taking a picture of him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and paint it to look like a more comic accurate tree, or cartoonish, not cartoonish, but you know what I mean, like more animated than a real tree. And the reason I'd be capable of doing that is because of the Mod Podge too. So not only does Mod Podge seal things, it also allows you to you know, to put down a base kind of to paint with. Because another thing is too, if you're going to brush this on and you're going to, you know, just go without the Mod Podge first or some type of sealant, your brush is going to get all kinds of little bits and pieces of dirt and maybe bugs and you know, wood fibers and stuff all in it, and it's, you know, not necessarily good. So just a little thing I wanted to show you guys. Maybe I'll finish this up. I hope it comes out the way I want. If it works, then I will be making a couple more. I have an idea for a display that I want to work on. Alright guys, so what you see here is a total mess right now. I'm taking the liberty to make some stuff while the room is still empty in here. Still not done, obviously. And Rick just texted me. And yeah, I want to let you guys know I'm in on making a display right now. The idea behind this is like a cave. I still have a lot of layers to do. This is just my main first layer. I built this box, and let me tell you, this foam is a pain to work with. I was using tacky glue, and that stuff sucks. So I ended up going with this liquid nails, and it works a lot better, and then toothpicks to hold it together. So it's a display that's not going to be able to be taken apart, so it's really just for me. So like I said, it's supposed to be a cave eventually, and this just looks like, you know, a bunch of crap right now, just because there's so many layers that I have to put on. This texture layers and rocks and stuff, and stalactites, stalagmites, all that. But back in there it's supposed to be like a little like, I don't know, like a dug out part of the wall where there's gonna be like you know, treasure crystals or whatnot. And then right here is supposed to be like where there's gonna be a little wet area, so there's gonna be some water or something in there. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna use for that yet, either silicone or some acrylic stuff. Can't think of the name of it right now. And I have like all this to fill in. I just kind of went random with the great stuff. I got some big gap filler. Jeez. This stuff is awesome. It works great for filling in gaps around windows and stuff when you're installing windows into your house or whatever. There's a little like bulk section right here, and then there's some stuff in the back. So this is just like the first layer, so it kind of looks like a big mess, like I said, and then eventually I will fill this in with a bunch of stuff, and it'll look more like a cave, I guess. Well, I'm hoping. But yeah, this stuff right here, great stuff. It comes in a can, looks like this. I got big gap filler because it's gonna use jeez, get into focus. Where's the focus at? It's gonna have more of an effect. It's gonna be bigger and expand a lot more. So when this comes out of the can, it's very small and then expands. And I don't remember how much it is, but you can reuse it as long as you keep the nozzle clean, so you don't have to use all of it in one sitting. And don't get this stuff on your hands. I'm telling you, it's impossible to get off. So if you do end up doing this, don't get that stuff on your hands, and don't get that on your hands. I got lucky yesterday. I got most of it off. Yeah, I have nothing to show you that's on my hands right now. So, oh, you know what? I actually had somewhat of a blueprint of an idea. Like I drew up a little sketch of what I wanted to do, so you guys can check that out, I guess. Alright, you can see like the little sketch of the cave and my ideas of what it's gonna look like on the inside. I don't know what is up with this focus, but it's getting on my nerves. Alright, so that's about it. Thank you guys for checking this out. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Add me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. And, all the above. And as always, see you guys next time.